You know the only thing more scary than a mask-wearing maniac chasing you through the streets is the secondary market in the video game collecting community. Tonight, we're gonna go over my top 10 most valuable horror titles in my collection. Please enjoy the show. Coming in at number 10, we have Ju-On the Grudge, Haunted House Simulator for the Wii. Interesting story how I came across this one. One day, I was going into my local GameStop, and I happened to see it on the wall, and I bought it. 'Cause hey, you know me, I love haunting people, I love haunted houses, and I love Kayako. She's so good at terrorizing and killing people. She's truly one of my idols. This one is in great shape. As you can see, we got the disc, we got the book, Wii Classic, and it's backwards. Wii Classic, very poorly rated. It's not really a huge experience, but it's good for some thrills and chills on a cold night. Next up, we have Fatal Frame for the PS2. What? You try wearing that mask for a whole video. It really sucks. But anyways, this one is unique because I actually bought this back when the PS2 was in regular rotation at GameStop. So I did get it for $17.99 at the end of the console's life. And I had fond memories of this game, mostly from renting it, but being able to buy it and replay through it, and then being able to make an awesome retrospective about all the games with my good friend Just the Gems last year around Halloween was a special treat. So this is definitely one you can't miss. Up next, we have Resident Evil: Deadly Silence. Look at those claws. So this is an interesting one because it's basically a port of the original Resident Evil from PlayStation 1 onto the Nintendo DS with some added gameplay features and an added multiplayer mode. Let's take a look inside. Look at that adorable little book and those huge, beautiful claws. So I picked this one up back at the end of the DS's life cycle at GameStop. I probably paid about $20 for it, and it's going for quite a bit more. What a killer deal. Why doesn't everybody take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe? When I'm not busy leading a death cult or making horror content, we put out great collecting and lore videos. So hit that subscribe button. I really think you should. Up next is one of my favorite games of all time. Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube. Now the GameCube is certainly not where I originally played it, but as you can see, with the tiny little disc, playing it on the GameCube is quaint, shall we say. But let me tell you, if you have not experienced this game in your lifetime, I would suggest you stop what you're doing and do that. Unless you're driving. That could be a little dangerous. But it is absolutely the finest survival horror game ever, and set the tone for many games and series to come. So definitely check it out. You cannot go wrong with Resident Evil 2. Thinking back on some of my fondest video game memories, I always loved watching Miss Haunter, the Hauntress, play Silent Hill games. She was a huge fan. She liked them even more than me. So, when Silent Hill Origins came out, that was a huge deal. We had it on PlayStation 2. We had it on the PSP, and I watched her play through the whole thing. And let me tell you, this game is worth a lot now. I'm not sure why, I don't think it was specifically rare, but it is definitely worth a lot now. Comparatively, I'm pretty sure I probably paid $20 for this game. You can't beat it, even with a shovel. The next one, if you've seen my Halloween special, you know it has a wonderful, creepy atmosphere that can't be beat. And that is none other than Silent Hill 2. Let's have a look-see inside the case. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. This game forever changed the game of survival horror. The music, the characters, the depth and depravity of the story is something that, of course, the Haunter would love. I'm sure you would too. So jump on into Silent Hill. You won't want to leave. Ah, yes. Up next, we have Corpse Party, the Back to School edition. This game is something truly incredible. This is one of the first times I saw such depraved and insane things, not only happening in a video game, but happening to school children nonetheless. This game could definitely trigger a lot of people, so you may want to avoid it. But if you're in for a spooky, insane, graphic time with a great backstory, this is the way to go. And this one has the bonus of these neat little figures of the main characters. I really think you'll enjoy Corpse Party, or Corpse Party Blood Drive, which isn't worth quite as much, but is also a great game. But regardless, check them both out. One thing I'll just never understand is loose disc game collecting. Another thing that I simply can't believe is that a loose PS2 disc could get up to nearly $200. That has to be a ripoff, right? That can't be real. Someone must be scamming someone. No, for real. Obscure on the PS2. Loose disc is going for almost $200. Now this game is a blast. I myself streamed it about a month ago, and it has a unique atmosphere and a unique system, almost like Maniac Mansion meets Silent Hill. It is a pretty good game, and the sequel, Aftermath, on the Wii and PS2 is pretty good too. But how this disc in this generic-ass GameStop case can be $200 truly befuddles me. I'll never understand it. We also have a very special and rare bonus to show off. Now, I wouldn't call it a game, because it does have the games, but this bundle, the Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles bundle, that comes with the gun and the knife and the game. Oof. Look how beautiful that looks. It can be displayed that way or this way. Now, I picked this up many, many years ago, back when it was relevant at the time, and according to this tag, I paid $34 for it. Now, I am not one that is super interested in using a Wii Zapper or a pretend knife to swing around my nunchuck. I prefer the real thing. Never opened it. I have no use for these toy weapons. I have plenty of real ones. Not having opened that was an absolute stroke of genius, because right now, that little bundle of Wii Zappers and toy knives goes for $300 if it hasn't been opened. It's a great piece for my Resident Evil collection. One that many people don't have. I'm very proud of it. What an awesome piece. We're getting down to the last few games now. This one is a classic, and I've covered it in a couple of my compilation videos, a couple of collab videos, but it's one that's very special to me. When I was just a young serial killer in training, I was playing Codela on PlayStation 1. Now, going back, the cutscenes look great. I actually thought they were something out of Bloodborne or Elden Ring. The gameplay, very sharp edges. It looks rough. But the game itself, and the fact that you have a survival horror / JRPG game even in existence, makes it something very special. So if you have not played Codela, and you cannot afford this outrageous price, go pirate it. You need to play this game immediately. And folks, we have reached number 1. In this game, let me tell you the story behind it. Years ago, I bought it on eBay when the price was rising for about $100 for a pristine copy, complete in box. Since then, I've seen the price go as high as $900, and now it's settled between $600 and $700. But by far, the most valuable game in my horror collection is none other than Rule of Rose. This game is pretty damn twisted. It was so twisted, it was banned in a few European countries. The bit that I've played of it, I have not completed it admittedly, is super dark and super oppressive. It reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. But there's a lot of scenes with violence and adult situations involving children, which makes it very unsettling. There's abuse of animals, you name it. It's very much like Haunting Ground. Very controversial, definitely not for everyone. Even the Haunter has no desire to play this. But it is a very valuable piece and looks very nice on the mantle. So Rule of Rose is our number 1 game in our horror collection. I thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay creepy. Oh, and have a happy Halloween. Ha ha